Are you worried you can't publish on Audible because of your location? Don't be. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can publish your audiobook on Audible even if you're outside the US, UK, Canada, or Ireland. All right, so if you're watching this video, you're probably aware that Audible only allows people to self-publish from Canada, United States, Ireland, or the UK. Now, there's lots of theories around why this is, but that doesn't really matter that much. The fact of the matter is that this is stopping a lot of people from creating six-figure publishing businesses because they see this and realize that they can't directly publish on Audible. Now, I'm here to tell you that you can still publish on Audible, and I'm going to explain how this is done. And you can do this regardless of what country you're from. Before we get to that, I just want to say that audiobooks are only a part of your business. They're not the whole business. So you have your Kindle ebooks, you have your paperback, and then you have your hardcovers as well. So each book is creating multiple streams of income. 80% of my royalties actually come from paperbacks, not audiobooks. So the key to getting your book on Audible, if you're outside of the 4 main countries, is to use what we call an aggregate audiobook platform. So the 2 heavyweights are Findaway Voices and Authors Republic. And basically what these websites do is you go to them, you upload your book, and they go and distribute it to all the different audiobook retailers online. In exchange for doing this for you, they take a small percentage of the royalties that come in. But it's a really good deal because you end up on a lot of different websites. It gives you a chance for more sales, and it also gets you on Audible. Okay, so this is the Findaway Voices website, and this is the publisher I suggest you go with because they got purchased by Spotify and they just have more reach right now, in my opinion. You can check out the website, but I'll just go and sign in. So I'll have to blur out things, but I'll show you how this works. Come in here, distribute your book. Could be a book on Golden Labs, the dogs, great dog. All right, so we are on the description page here. We have our book on Golden Labs. I'm not going to bother filling it all out, but you get the point. So you're going to put in the standard information, description, language. You're going to choose a few keywords that are relevant to the book, age level, and if you have an ISBN, you can use it, or they just create one for you. Put in the release date, copyright dates, and the retail and library pricing, which they will have suggestions for you. Pretty straightforward. And then distribution, as I mentioned, aggregate publishing platform. So there's a lot of them. There's currently 38, and they're always trying to find new people to distribute to. A lot of these you probably never even heard of, but lots of them get a lot of sales. So Hoopla is a good one. This is more based around like libraries and universities where people can rent your book. So you get a smaller royalty, but they get access to it for a short period of time. And let's go down to the full list. You can see them all here. You can tick off all the ones that you want to use. And obviously in most cases, you're going to want to tick off all of them. For me, I put a few books on here just for an example, and I didn't tick off Audible. Even though it is the heavyweight, I plan to put these books directly on Audible probably in the future, so I didn't want to add them on there now and cause any confusion. So once this is all done, basically, you have your audio up and all your information, you're going to be able to just click submit. So after you click submit, Findaway Voices will review it, and then they will start to distribute your book to all these different platforms. All right, so we're on the reporting page. This is going to show you estimated sales. There is quite a delay from when they're earned to when they show up on this report. So when you first put your book up, it's going to take a couple months to start to see some consistency because they have to collect all the data and then send it over to you. So it's a little bit delayed. But I'll also have to blur this out because the book that I have on here, if people see that it's making money, they're just going to copy it, which is unfortunate, but that's the reality of YouTube. So let's start up here, Spotify Premium Analytics. So these are all just different reports from Spotify that you get individually. And this is going to show you how many people are listening to your books. And then you get paid out on those listen minutes as well through Spotify. And I think it comes through every second month. So I will probably have a bunch of money coming through in the next week or two, but we'll just open one up. All right, so this is a weekly report, and we got to blur a lot of it out, but we come to the end here. You can see these are all different people on Spotify that have been listening to the book. So 174 minutes, 94 minutes, 92, 88, 190. All of this is going to add up into you getting paid royalties for people listening to your books on Spotify. So year to date. All right, and so these are all transactions. So we go down, Bibliolithica, Scribed, Hoopla, Overdrive, Apple, go down further and further. So you can see it hasn't really showed the Spotify ones yet because I haven't had these books on here very long yet. And it usually is every second month that Spotify updates. So then all of a sudden in a week or two from now, I'll get an update and Spotify will send me $500 all at once for this book. So aggregate platforms can actually be a lot better than Audible, depending on the book, because you can earn from dozens of places rather than just Amazon or Audible. You can upload your book and literally forget it. You get your audiobook files, you upload them, and you have basically a passive income machine that is going to continue to make money forever. And you don't have to do anything else ever. You just collect the checks basically. So with Audible, you do have to get reviews on it, which is going to help it rank and sell, which isn't a huge task. If you're part of a course or like a good group, it's easy to exchange with other people and get those reviews. But it really is upload and forget. And that's one thing I really love about this platform. However, I will say that if you're from one of the 4 allowed countries, it's always in your best interest to put it on Audible exclusively, at least for a year, see how it does. And if you're not happy with the performance, then you can always ask Audible to make it non-exclusive and transfer the book over to Findaway Voices or Authors Republic. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you are outside of the big 4 for Audible, don't let that stop you from getting into publishing. You can still make a ton of money, and you can utilize these aggregate platforms to make sure that you still end up on Audible. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you got anything out of this, subscribe and leave me a like. Thank you so much.